everybody.
Hello.
All right, all
Morning,
right,
Tom.
all right. Good morning, everybody. How's everyone this morning?
Wishing I had some of that roast pig you had at your house.
Oh yeah,
That looked really good.
it was absolutely delicious. Friendsgiving, baby, Friendsgiving. All right, let me make a few of you guys co-hosts. I am sitting in a Starbucks. Had to take Marissa to her doctor's appointment. So she can't drive home. So after this, I go pick her up and get her home. Yay. Look at this. Everyone's jumping on now. We got a full house today. Love it. Good
Morning,
morning,
everybody.
Daisy Medina. That's a new name I see. Welcome to the call.
Hi, Daisy.
All right. Sam Tang, good to see you. Michael Levy, awesome. Alan Annie, of course.
Can I ask a
Donna
question?
Haynes Dwyer, welcome to the call. Yes, Michael, what's up?
Yeah, I have a little problem. Um,
Opportunity.
I have a little opportunity, thank you. Um, an agent is joining me in my, I'm her sponsor, and we filled out the join app,
Yeah.
completed. We did it together on Zoom, so I knew it was completed. And then she decided that she wanted to actually join the referral program instead, EXP referral. So I emailed in the past some of the guys that I know, Michael Pfeiffer or uh, or Jay Pegram or somebody has been able to quote unquote transfer the information over to the other. This time they were not able to do that for some reason. So we wanted to fill out again the same information on the EXP referral join application. So we got to get, so she started doing it. We got together. She didn't finish it. We got together and on Zoom and we tried to log in. And this time her login wasn't working. And we tried it all different ways as a new agent, logging back in for the EXP referral, and kept getting an error message that said,
Yep.
contact the site admin
Yep.
for support.
Yep.
So
Happens
what?
pretty often.
Right.
Best
So
way to
what do you do in that case?
Yep, best way to do it is go right into EXP World, Michael. Go right to tech support. Usually tech support will basically reset or help her reset or reboost or jumpstart her application and make it available again for her. Maybe she needs to reset her password or something like that. So go to tech support. Go live to tech support is what I would say.
Okay,
This is what I did.
while we're on that call, while we're filling it out, go to tech support. Are they open on weekends too?
Um, I I don't know. I don't know. I haven't been in there on a weekend for a while, so I don't
Okay.
know.
All
Hey
right.
Tom,
But
this
you
is
can go
this
you
is
can go to tech support and ask. Go ahead, Sam.
this is what I did. So I had an agent that joined on the residential side, but really meant to be joined on the referral side. Long story short, I just had the agent put in a new email address to submit a new referral application with a separate email, a different email. So that worked.
Great idea.
And then you want to reach out to the state program group, letting know that the residential one is no good, so they can flag it.
Thank
So
you.
submit a new application with a brand new email address on the referral side. There we go. Okay.
All right. Thank you,
That's
Sam, for
great.
sharing that.
Thank you very much.
All right, guys, let's get going. Welcome to our twice a month Power Hour. My name is Tom Trump. For those who don't know who I am, I, along with some of our leaders here who religiously show up, such as Michael Levy, Alan Nanny, Donna Haynes, Dick Lee, and a few others, Keith Andrews, commit to being, Dan Porrett, commit to being here with you guys each and every first and third Tuesdays of the month to run Power Hour, and that is to help agents, help you attract agents to your revenue share organizations, whether they put EXP or XYZ or ABC company. It's generic in nature for agent attraction to build your organization. So welcome to the call. I see somebody's name here. I'm not going to name it, who's not currently with EXP. So welcome. You're always welcome to come here to do R&D. We call it rip off and duplicate. Learn from the best and go do your own thing. Okay. This call is usually runs for the full hour. And then we usually start with wins. But first of all, Dick Lee, you have your hands raised, sir. Go. Is it just me, or I cannot hear what Dick is saying?
I can't hear.
Your lips are moving, but your words ain't coming out of your mouth.
Or your computer just don't want to hear you.
How about now?
Now we can. There you go.
You know, I have an issue with this. This mic isn't working. It's driving me crazy. But anyways, I do want to welcome Karina Villatoro. Tom, you know Karina, formerly Karina Robles from Massachusetts, and now in Florida to the family here. So she should be actively onboarded probably today. Karina, can you give us a little bit of a self-introduction to the family here?
Hi, everybody. How you doing? Hi, Tom.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. So I'm excited. I know that Dick has been trying for many years, to take the blind off my eyes and have me come and join you guys. And finally, the opportunity present itself, and I'm excited to learn and grow my own pipeline. So let's see how this goes.
I
So
love
Karina,
that. Thank you, Dick, for introducing Karina and Dick. Maybe you can share with us why. Well, why did you make the move? Why is the timing right for you now? And what you hope with that to accomplish with this next chapter of your real estate career?
So, why I joined now is obviously, you know, the business of, it's been slow everywhere. I personally took a break due to personal reasons for about 2 years and a half. I practiced a little bit. I only did the VIP clients or, special deals that came to to me. But now I'm back. I'm recharged. I'm energized. I'm in a better mental place, spiritually, physically. I'm in Florida, so can't go bad here. And so yeah, I'm ready to get back on it. But where I've been in the past, it hasn't been working. Like I'm hitting that wall, and I'm like, I need something new. So I'm very excited to learn from the EXP. You know, just everything you guys do, what's making a difference, and I'm seeing them. You go on TikTok and you're seeing EXP agents just killing it, in their pipelines and stuff, and having that long-term um security, I guess. 'Cause-
All right.
Yeah.
Tell us about real quick. So we move. Tell us about your history in real estate, where you were, where you just recently left, and about your volunteerism with the state association local.
Yeah. So I've been doing this for 13 years. I've been with the major companies that I've been with has been Remax, Central 21 Northeast, which is who I just left. And I've been involved with ACOM on the board of directors level, and also with NARUP. I was their first president in NARUP, Central Massachusetts. And that's where Tom and Dick had met me, and then we became good friends, and here we are, years later. So on the local level, I'm going to get involved with NARO here, and I'm looking forward to, like I said, just kicking out my business in a new place, but also maintaining my Massachusetts license.
I love it. Well, Karina, welcome home, finally.
Yes.
Thank you.
It's been at least 6-7 years in the making.
Yes.
All right. Well, welcome
Thank
home.
you.
I'm very
Thank
excited
you.
to have you jump on. And Dick, great job with the follow-up and the follow-up and the follow-up.
Yes.
You guys,
That was
first lesson in agent attraction, the fortune is in the FU. Okay. And it's definitely worthwhile to bring on such talent like Karina. So welcome to the family. All right, let's share some wins. We usually start this call off with sharing wins about agent attraction and what you're grateful for. Who else?
I got one, Tom.
Go to Lisa.
So, I am a certified mentor, and Daisy Medina, who's on this call, found me as a certified mentor, because I am in her area, and I guess she looked at, where I was and my profile, and she joined. And she was with a couple of other brokerages before. So she's in the mentor program, and I am her sponsor. So I'm very happy that she's joined this company and she's on this call, and that she will stay plugged in. And so that to me is, when someone finds you, it's like that's a great thing. So
That
I
is
thought that was a good
awesome.
win.
Well, thank
That's
you
what
for
we hear.
sharing, Medina. Would you like to share? Like, why did you reach out to Alyssa? What were you looking for, and how's it going so far?
Well, so far it's been coming together. It's been coming complete. I like that real estate is definitely going on a software base more than going into an office because we're trying to multitask and do so much in so little time. And I think this is more effective because we all could be at a place when needed and share and exchange ideas in order to move as a team. And the world of real estate is very compatible. And so when you're in office, there's so many questions unanswered. Here, so far, I've been, I shouldn't say lucky because luck is more of a skill when you are working with people that know what they're doing. And so far, I've been, very grateful that when I have reached out to Alyssa, she's been giving me the right guidance. And so has Amy as well. So I feel that I've completed more in the last 2 weeks and a half that I've done in an office where I was before.
That is
I
terrific.
Yeah, I've been in real estate for a long time. I hate to put the years because it means nothing because you could have X amount of years and you not have experience as someone that has been active. So
Right.
I'm glad to have Alyssa as well. And thank you for, it works both ways. Thank you for accepting me as well. And so far, I'm very content and happy with where I am. And
Okay.
hopefully we'll see something come together as a team working,
All
collaborating.
right. Well, welcome aboard, Daisy. Love to have you here.
Thank you.
Awesome. How about another win? And another win? Anybody? Go ahead, Sam Tank.
Um, so for the year, I've got two referral agents that got onboarded, and then three residential agents that jumped on board. So one is a broker flipper, has done more than 40 flips and more than 50 transactions in MLS. So he's getting back to that. And I think overall is just the message is clear. Stay focused, consistent, show the program, trust Brent, trust Tom, trust Dick, and then leverage other leaders out here and then get them in.
Yep.
It's a process. No queue for like 10 plus years when I was a loan officer supporting his open houses. And he's not on here today, but Glenn Nichols is an 11-year licensed person from corporate. He's, learning the ABCs about agent attraction, and I think he's been on a few times. And then we do have another new person, Carlo, who is looking to get his license, but he's doing all the back end work to get that information to get ready to call the folks to get the agent attraction piece going. So that's all I got. Let me
Love
go
it.
ahead and shut
Thank
up
you,
and send it
Sam.
back to you, Tom. Yeah.
Sam, great job. So a little bit, Sam, I hope you don't mind me sharing a little bit your story, Sam, because it might resonate with some of you. Sam was one of the very first agents who joined me here at EXP 7.5 years ago. And he's always been very active with agent attraction. He saw an early start in terms of winning, and then he went dry for a little bit. And I think what happens, I might be putting some words in Sam's mouth, and I hope I'm not. But I think that's at some point we all get confident in our agent attraction, we get confident in the systems, we get confident in the platforms, and we start to puke on people. We start to tell them more than they want to know. We start to show them how it changed everyone's lives, how you're making all this money in revenue share, how you're doing all these things, and you lose focus of the agent who's just hearing about the platform for the first time, and you're just hearing. I'm also guilty of this, is that we end up telling them instead of telling them about all the great things that we know about the company and assuming that it's going to be great for them as well, instead of seeking to understand why they might be open-minded to listening to a new way, what it is that they are missing in their businesses, what kind of support, training, collaboration, lead generation, what is it that's missing from their business, and then really slow down to understand and learn what their needs and wants are, and then share with them the platform the way that most successful people share. So Sam, talked to Sam for a lengthy time this morning because I saw his success recently as agent attraction. And Sam said to me this morning, Tom, I make sure that they watch the videos, and better yet, that they watch it with me, so that I make sure that they're paying attention and then answering their questions. In other words, what Sam was doing for a little bit in the middle of this journey is he started showing them his way and showing them his plan versus the plan that most of us like Brent Gove's EXP explained, or the one that I do with Daniel Perret and all these leaders here together, right? And so I think that's where the success comes from. Daniel Perret, you have a comment?
Hey, I wanted to add also a win. Thank you, Tom, for spending some time with us a week and a half ago. Tom flew in from Florida to Boston to God knows where. He was rerouted to get to Atlanta. We hosted a beautiful event. And kind of like you said, it wasn't necessarily about EXP. It was about mindset. It was about providing an avenue where people can collaborate and understand that there are opportunities for them to change their mind with leveraging EXP and some of the tools and platforms. But it wasn't a push of, hey, you got to join EXP, you got to join EXP. It was about how do we collaborate and how we build together. And several people on the call, Jackie's on here, Dean was on here, Soren's on here. So proud of these guys. They all rolled their sleeves up, invited guests, and we all have people that are in the process of onboarding from that one event. So grateful.
Well, that is music to my ears, Daniel. I love hearing that. I mean, and I know you and your team in Atlanta that don't take my time for granted, and I truly appreciate that. I'm glad it worked out. I'm glad you're onboarding folks. Eric Clark, go ahead, sir.
Talking about wins, I came in late. Is that what we're doing? Yeah, so Chris Laban with a K in St. Louis, Missouri. He's somebody we've been working with and training and teaching. He's helped me quite a bit. Tom, you've met him on multiple occasions. He came to build. You've seen him elsewhere. He just took Dana Flanagan with him to Beverly Hills to a Contractors, Closers, and Connections event, and they were in Los Angeles. She's from Charlotte. I just got off the phone with her. She's coming on board. She's an author, writer, Keller Williams #2 agent multiple times. She's been a mass producer in Maine, mass producer in Florida or Massachusetts. She's done a lot of great things. She's a rock star. She's signing her paperwork right now as we speak. So that's really encouraging, exciting. She'll be in my T3. So that's great. Tom, probably pretty soon you need to jump down into the T8 and become another co-sponsor and duplicate again. So, but Chris Laban has learned and listened from the best in the industry. He's really learned from Tom and others, and he's just simply duplicating what they do and listening and then connecting. We don't connect first, we listen first. So that's a great thing.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that. All right, any lines before I get into some training? I'm going to train you guys about opening up conversations today, starting the conversations
Hey.
on agent attraction.
Well, Tom, that makes sense. Opening up conversation. Listen, folks, as you start, if you start communicating with the folks in the organization, things could pop out of nowhere. And we had a tremendous opportunity in Dallas. I don't know, maybe it's been a week and a half now. I went down there strictly for a meetup. The meetup literally was attended by over 1,200 people. You know, it was all geared around commercial real estate. And Daniel Ing and Calvin came as well. And now the three of us plus Tom Bracci, who's in my organization, who you all got to get to know anyway for a different reason. We actually have about 1,700 contact names, numbers, emails that we have to start tracking down. That might be a good year next year, Tom. So Tom didn't have to be there. I know he wanted to be, but he didn't have to be there. We got it under control. So when you have an opportunity to go to meet up with 200 people in your industry, and you got to fly there,
yeah,
you might want to check it out.
Well, thank you for holding down the fort. I appreciate you for doing that, and the whole team for doing that. Terrific, good job there. Lots of follow up too, Keith. All right, guys, let's get into some training today. I want to thank Samantha Fabicon, who's my executive assistant, putting together this PowerPoint for me rather quickly. And and I'm sure she did an amazing job. Can you guys see my screen about conversations and the framework and how conversations should go? Yes?
Yep.
Okay.
We see it.
Let's get to it. Okay. So the first start of agent attraction or adding people to your organization is really talking and opening up conversations about them. All right. And most of us wonder, well, how do I do that? Where do I get started? Like, I don't know where to get started, right? Well, how about start at the very basic and start with just aiming for preferably making phone calls. I would say phone calls is the best way. And then second would be the text or email, depending on the person that you are having that you want to have a conversation with. Nothing replaces picking up the phone in my mind still today and calling somebody. Most people might not pick up the phone anymore, but at least they saw that you made the attempt to call them. And then if they don't know who you are, text them right away and says, hey, Eric, I just called and left you a voicemail, and I wanted to follow up with a text. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? So here's my challenge for you. I believe all of us can do 10 texts, combination of 10 texts, phone calls, or emails per day with just when I list a property, I'll get paid once, hopefully, and possibly twice if I get to relist it again some. Make a point is to focus on meaningful conversations. Your goal is what on their social media that is, you know, that their daughter just got a job. Someone just graduated. They just came from a concert, whatever it might be that you're following them and they know you're following them. Well, start with the meaningful conversations. The easiest meaningful conversation for me is I congratulate them on a new listing that they just posted online. I congratulate them on a current closing that they just did because they just advertised to the world that they had a closing. And I congratulate them. Man, that's awesome, man. I saw that you put that under agreement in record time. How did you do that? That's a rock star, right? I'm familiar with that part of town. That is cool. How did you get that listing? Does that make sense? You start with a conversation. Okay. And I believe that if you get 10 text, phone calls, and emails out per day, you should be able to make 2 solid connections a day, meaning someone is going to return your call. Someone's going to reply to your text message. Someone's going to reply to your emails. I haven't gotten to conversations yet. It's just a solid connection, meaning they acknowledged who you are and you're now in discussion. Cool so far? Pretty simple so far? Things you guys can do so far? I hope so. Okay. If you did this 10 texts a day, that means 300 a month, which means 3,600 a year. Do I have that right? And if you really suck at it, you should close 1%, which is 36 agents per year. Now, let's stop and think about that for a second. What would it mean to your business if a year from today, on November 18th, 2026, you had 36 new frontline agents in your revenue share organization? Dream about that for a second. Visualize that for a moment. Write it down. 10 to 300, 3,636. Who doesn't believe that can happen? You got to be the worst agent in the world to have 3,600 text messages and only recruit 1%, 36. The national average is about 3%. Okay. Dick, what do you think? What do you think about my statistics? Is it doable? Is it realistic? Or am I teaching pie in the sky BS?
I think you're sky high, Tom. And what that means, your expectations are extremely high, but they're below my expectations. You see, we have so much time on our hands. When you guys think about your day, if you're all full-time real estate professionals, if you are full-time real estate professionals, how many hours are you working a day?
8, 9, 10, 12.
Can you guys type in, let's make this interactive. Can you guys all type in the chat room, how many hours do you work in a day and in a week as a full-time real estate professional? Let's get some engagement here, because we're not just talking. Tom and I can talk about this over with ourselves over cigars and some old fashions, but she's trying to help all of us. Let's see the chat going. I see nobody chiming in at all.
No one's working. They're just jumping on Zoom and doing nothing about it.
Fingers, keyboards, guys. Come on, let's go. Chats are disabled. Okay, let's open up the mics then. Let's open up.
10, 12 hours a day for me, easy.
10, 12 hours, that's okay.
Workout hours.
Yeah, Eric's right. Eric's spot on, because I work half the day as well too, about 12 hours a day.
I do the same as Dick, Tom. I actually insist on my mentees to do the same, and that is actually have 10 conversations a day. I don't care how many people they call. They need to have 10 conversations a day, not 2.
10 conversations a day. Yeah.
I don't include in others though. 12 plus hour a day for me.
If there's 24 hours a day and you're working half the day, it's 12 hours. Take those 12 hours and you take 2 hours of that maybe to use the restroom and to grab a snack. Okay. You could be driving and having conversations every day. Okay, the point is to engage those conversations, have engaging conversations. A conversation is not a text message, guys. It's a conversation.
Yeah.
The way
Text
the
messages.
gym, I call at least 3 to 5 people, and usually it's just voicemail, people that I've been dripping on.
And then that's
And
not a
then
conversation,
by the
Sam.
time I get out, no, by the time I get out, either they call me back, usually call 3 to 5, but I have 1 or 2 conversations. I go down a list if it's voicemail, whatnot, depending on the time. I try to make sure I at least talk to somebody. Like yesterday, I left the house at 9 o'clock, go to the gym. I call 3 people, and then the 4th one I spent half an hour talking to before I even get to the gym. So that's what I'm talking about, right? So I make a point to make sure I have conversations with people every single day.
There you go. All right, it's good. By the way, I just made everyone co-host on this call, so now you can use the chats. Okay. All right. So let's go back here. The point is, it can easily be done, folks. Okay. If you really put your mind to it, yeah, we all work 8, 9, 10, 5, 6 hours a day. I'm saying if you just invested 1 hour and focus just on agent attraction, I encourage you to do at least 2 hours if you want to change your life a year from now to get residual income. Okay. But let's just start with 1 hour. I think that's a bare minimum that anyone here can do. If you've invested an hour here already to jump on this call, then you can easily invest an hour every day for the next year to grow your business. Okay. So now, what do you do? Now, once you have a conversation, what do you say? Okay. Well, hey, it's Donna with EXP. Now, I prefer you guys not to use the word EXP. Even I put EXP in here. Okay. How about, hey, it's Donna from the Massachusetts Realtor Association. Hey, it's Keith from CCIM. Hey, it's Eric from the CCC meeting last week. Hey, it's Daniel Eng from the networking meetup with 1,200 agents that I met you last week. Does that make sense? It's more personal. Hey, it's Susie, and I met you at the open house last weekend. I know you're probably happy with your current brokerage. I just want to let you know if anything changes, we'd love to be your next destination, your plan B. It's soft, it's no pressure approach, and it's designed to build familiarity. Got it? Dick and I are teaching a course live in Southborough, Massachusetts. All of you who follow me on Agents Get Free are welcome to come, even if you're from out of town. We're going to do a full day training on agent attraction and scripting. We're going live. Okay. I'm going to share that later. It's on December 3rd, I think, something like that. So we're going to be teaching this. We're going to go live and we're going to make calls. And if you don't have agents to call, you show up at our training in person and we would give you free qualified agent leads. And we're going to say this. Okay. Hey, it's Tom with the Realtor Association. I know you're probably happy at your current brokerage. I just want to let you know if anything changes, I'd love to be your next destination, your plan B. Okay, no pressure, no approach. And then we go on to say, are you open-minded to sit down for 30 minutes and have a conversation about your business? That's it. Ask that question. It's simple, it's clear, it's business focused, not much small talk, right? You're invited you framed it as a value-driven proposition. You're not recruiting. It is a recruiting pitch, but it really isn't, right? You're making a friend. You're sharing with them that you could be the potential plan B, okay? And then if you get them to open themselves up, your goal is to identify their pain points, what their goals and their opportunities, and what opportunities you might be able to serve them on. Let's have a discussion about that. Thoughts, comments, questions? You think it's doable?
You need to ask more questions than tell people stuff.
That's right. But you have to open it with something, right?
Right.
And I started out with, are you open-minded?
Right.
All right. All right. What else?
For me, in the commercial world, it's I just think this way, and maybe I'm wrong, but I think sometimes it's a little bit more challenging. If you do the math, we got 95,000 agents in EXP and less than 800 of them are in commercial. So it's a smaller group of us, but it's what I know.
Sure.
I don't know what Daniel knows. I don't know what Dino knows. I don't know what Soren knows. Dick, I have no idea what you know about residential. I can't, it's hard for me to attract in that world because I don't know that world. So what I do is I use LinkedIn and I look for like-minded people anywhere in the country in LinkedIn, and I track them by, hey, it's Eric Clark. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. I see your post. I see your information that you give. I'd love to have a conversation. One, I'm interested in growing my network. Two, I'd like to learn more about you and what you do. Could we have a conversation and see if we can create some synergies? That normally gets me a reply. I'm like 80% with that. I'm going to get a reply. And when I get a reply on that, I say, hey, it's great. Thanks for connecting. How about we jump on a Zoom? Here's my calendar link. Let's have a conversation. And then when I get them on the Zoom, I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm just going to get to know them. That's it. Follow what you're doing here, Tom. But that's been really good for me. I've got a system where I print it out, I keep it. I've got upcoming calls,
Hey, Eric,
who's calling,
Eric,
and it
Eric,
works.
tell them how good it's been. When you started the year, how many were in your organization and where are you now?
I started the year with, I think, two.
And where are you now?
Uh, what's showing is 23, but I think we're at 25.
There you go. So it does work for Eric.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it is working. And
Yeah.
I've kind of hit the brakes because, I've had some life happens. And, Tom, you said that Sam kind of went, for a while he was busy. Okay, it happens, but you can keep these systems wet and still keep them implemented. Sometimes you may do more than others, but don't beat yourself up. Just keep doing the right thing.
Love it. Love it. Love it. All right. So here's this. So if it goes really well and they say, yes, let's sit down for 30 minutes, stop talking, stop selling, pull out the calendar and book an appointment to meet with them in person if possible, or to jump on a Zoom. Cool? A lot of real estate, a lot of salespeople, they get the yes and then they keep talking and they talk themselves out of the meeting. They get so excited and they keep babbling and then they never book the appointment. Okay? Now, it's not always going to happen. It's not always going to you're not going to be able to book the appointment right away. So then what happens next? Well, then they say, well, what is it? What do you want to talk about? I really don't want to meet with you. I'm busy, man. All right. So then you're going to say, well, you said you were open-minded about your business, right? It's an assumptive close. Or you can ask them, hey, are you open-minded about your business? It's low pressure, but 99% of the time, people are going to say, yes, I'm open-minded about my business. They're not going to, unless they're rude, unless their wife yelled at them right before you called, and they're going to hang up on you. Most people are generally nice. They're going to say, yeah, I'm open-minded about my business. Okay. And then you go and you say, well, and that they say, and that they gives you some objections. Yeah, I'm open-minded, but I'm way too busy. You don't stop with the first no. Most salespeople, if you're good, you go for at least 3 no's before you hang up. Right? They didn't give you an appointment yet. Now you say, well, Eric, are you a big thinker or a little thinker? What do you think most people are going to say?
Big thinker.
Yeah, who's going to say I'm a little thinker? I'm a big thinker, right? You encourage them to self-identify as a growth-oriented professional. You're nudging them a little bit, right? They might have some limiting beliefs that you want to break them out of the limiting beliefs, all right? And you want to create alignment with expansion and opportunity. And then you go, and then if you still can get the appointment. If they say, yeah, okay, I'm a big thinker, well, then let's book an appointment. What's 30 minutes coffee going to, the 30 minutes of coffee could change the way you look at your business, if anything else, after we meet. Got it? Book the appointment. You don't have to, every single one of these objection handlers, your goal is to bam, book a meeting, bam, book a meeting, bam, book a meeting. Which is you're not going to sell anything over the phone, okay? And let's say they say no again. I always use this and it works very well for me. Well, I don't know about you. I've always thought it made sense to sit with the competition and see what they're doing. Don't you agree, Eric? Well, I don't know about you, but if someone's willing to open up their playbook with me and show them how much they made last year, I'm showing up. All right. It reminds me of that movie. If you show me a check for $1 million, I'm quitting what I'm doing. I'm going to work for you. Right. So that's the extent of my training today. I want to keep it extremely simple. That this is how you guys make 10 texts, 10 phone calls, 10 emails a day, 300 a month, 3,600 a year is what it adds up to. You know, look at that 3,600 a year number. You just look at 10 a day, and then you have a system. Okay. Trust me, after you do 10 a day, 300 a month, you're going to be more busy than you want to be meeting with agents and talking about their careers. And then you just take it from there. Okay.
Next, where's that at in Agents Get Free?
Samantha, why don't you go ahead and upload this into the agent attraction page of Agents Get Free for us, please? Okay.
I love that breakdown on the numbers, Tom. I mean, even if we're not trying to convert 1% would be piece of cake. And it's all about the numbers and the consistency. 10 touches a day you can do in 30 minutes, you can do in an hour, where we spend so much other time dealing with so many different distractions. And before you know it, a year's passed and what have you accomplished? I love it. Such simple numbers.
It is very simple. Go ahead, Michael.
Is there a rule of thumb for what time to start, what time to end, and what about weekdays versus weekends?
Yes. Yes. The rule of thumb is I sit down right now. It's going to be when I'm done with this call. Let's say I'm going to spend the next hour from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I have my 10 messages and I text 10 people, Michael. And I am anal about my tracking my information, right? And 1 out of the 10 responds. Then I know that 1 out of the 10 likes to respond, will respond to my message between 11:30 a.m. and 12:30 p.m. on a Tuesday. I'm going to make sure I communicate with him during that time slot next time. I know those other 9 didn't reply to me. Let's say out of those 10, 3 more replied to me at 3 p.m. Now I know, well, shoot, they must be at work or something. And at 3 p.m., they free up and they return my message. And I know next time I'm going to text them around 3 p.m. Otherwise, there's no best time because we recruit around the world. I recruit in 24 countries and 24 time zones, right? Does that make sense? You have to understand your audience. If you know your audience has a day job from 8 to 3 p.m. and then they're a teacher, let's say, you don't text the teacher when the teacher is teaching her classes. You know that her kids are out of school by 3 p.m. She's coaches softball from 3 to 6, and then she eats dinner at 7, and then she's free to check her text messages at 8 p.m. That might be the best time for her to call her, 8 p.m. Cool. All right. I do that a lot. I think about, okay, well, she's a mom. She has young kids. She puts her kids on the school bus at 7:30 or 8:30 between 7:30 and 8:30 a.m. If I'm working right now, at least on Apple. Do you guys know about this new feature? I absolutely love it. On Apple phone, you can send later feature. So I know that mom is going to put her kids on the school bus between 7:45 and 8:15 or so. I'm going to start to send a text right now, but it's going to not go off until 8:15 a.m. Right? So now at 8:15, it works. I did that this morning with my wife. I knew that my wife went to bed early last night because she had a doctor's appointment tonight. All right, today. And I wanted to make sure that she didn't forget to do something that I needed her to do. All right. And I used my phone. I'm sitting on my couch at 11:30 and I sent her a text at 8:05 a.m. I knew at 8 o'clock we may be in the car with her and her phone dings. It goes, Tom, why are you texting me? I'm sitting next to her. So I want to talk to you about that. And I didn't bother her late at night. I didn't bother her this morning when she'd get ready for a doctor's appointment. I already knew she was going to be in the car. I'm sitting with her and I can explain to her what we need to do. Does that make sense, guys? Is that being a pro? Does that help?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I'll give you some bonuses because we're some time left. It is prime recruiting time right now. Between now and let's call it February to March is prime recruiting time. This is when everybody is re-evaluating their year, right? Karina said it earlier at the opening. It's been slow, right? And so they're reevaluating their systems. They're reevaluating, man, I had intentions of selling 12 million a year, and this year I only sold 9 million. So this is a few lines I'm going to give you guys. Hey, Alan, with 3/4 behind us already, where did your business end up so far versus where you wanted it to be on January 2nd? I love using that line, especially with agents that I already have a relationship with agents that we tried to recruit before and didn't give me the time of day, or that I showed the program to, but they just didn't make the move yet over the past 7.5 years that I've been recruiting them. Right? Hey, Daisy, with 3/4 behind us and 1/4 left, where did your business end up so far these first 10 months, 11 months, with 1 month left, I should say? And where did you want it to be? It's an honest question. Do you think it's a good time for us to revisit what could be your plan B? That's one opener that I love to use. Here's another one. Hey, Khalib, how are you consistently generating a steady flow of high converting leads? I see that you're posting all over social media. How are you consistently generating a steady flow of converting leads? They're gonna have, well, I don't. I just post because I don't consistently generate any steady flow of leads, of high converting leads. Can you share with me? Absolutely. When can we get together? And I'll show you my bold trail system and the training that I have taken, that I have shared with others who have taken the training. And afterwards, they have consistently generated a steady flow of good leads. That's an opening line right there. Here's another one. Hey, I've heard great things about your company and the leadership at your organization. I love to use that when I hear about a brokerage falling apart. Did you hear me? When I hear that a broker is about to shut down its office, or they're about to merge, they're about to consolidate, right? Companies consolidated with with Anywhere recently. And I use that line, it's reverse psychology. Hey, I heard great things about your company. I heard great things that you guys are merging and about your current leadership. Tell me what you like most about where you're at. I'm not offending them. Most of the time I said, well, I'm so glad you called because we just had a change in leadership. Office manager just left. Their number one team just left the company. And I'm wondering why they left. And that's another opener to get in front of people. You like that one? Okay. Here's another one. Hey, Carlo. If you were to make a move, what company stands out most to you? Hey, Karina, if you were going to make a move from Remax or Keller Williams, what company stands out most to you? Zip up. They might not say EXP. They might say something else. And you says, interesting. Can you share with me why? I'd love to learn why that company stands out for you and seek to understand why they think that companies might be the next move for them. Don't sell EXP. Don't say, well, let me tell you why EXP versus XYZ. Don't do that because you're seeking to understand what is important to them. Does that make sense? Then you can look back and says, I'm glad you shared with me that. Are you open-minded to see what this platform might be able to do for you as well? And then you can really have an apples to apples comparison. Fire. That's right, Dick. You want to add something to that, Dick?
If you are looking to stop losing leads to your online competitor, then you need to come to this event on December 2nd, where we're going to show you how 4 mistakes real estate agents make on social media and how do you fix that. We're going to show you how to generate more leads, listings from your open house, and you need to be in this building on December 2nd in Wayland, Massachusetts, grabbing a hotel room and then coming to join me and Tom at the live event on December 3rd. So I'm doing an event on December 2nd with another, we're crossing over areas, another EXP folks. This gentleman named Joe Turco, who's a rock star in Massachusetts. We're doing a co-event together doing co-sponsoring. Okay, where Massachusetts is growing like crazy. Well, the whole country's growing, but we're doing this in our backyard, just leveraging what's happening. We thought about doing a strategy session, 2026 business building, business strategy, but we think what can give you immediate impact, and that's social media and open houses. Earlier today, I talked about how many hours we work a week. Let me guys ask you a question here. Is doing 5 open houses a week too much? It's a yes or no. I'd love to hear you guys. 5 open houses a week. Too much.
Absolutely not in my book. I did a lot more than that when I started.
Yeah, so if we have 5 open houses, 5 different open houses, that's 10 hours a week, 2 hours each, right? Not including prep time and putting out 50 signs out there, right? The intent of doing 5 open houses a week is to build video content, massive video content on 5 different homes each and every week. Okay, you're building a library of homes in different communities, different towns and communities. So when you come up to a person that's looking to sell their home, you now have video content proving that you have more content in multiple communities in your local marketplace. Who's going to get that listing, me or you? Okay, and then with social media, we're going to show you how to generate leads via social media, but more so fix your social media where you cannot be camera shy. I can't stress enough, cannot be camera shy.
Right.
And to wrap this up, I want to bring Eric Clark. What Eric said earlier was massive, was powerful for me personally. Eric, you said there are how many agents on EXP commercial and how many in realty?
It's like 90 some thousand to less than 800.
So less than 800 commercial advisors with EXP commercial. So to me, what that tells me, that's opportunity. I would get on that call with a commercial advisor and say, hey, Eric, I know things are going really well over CBRE and you guys are crushing it. How is your lead flow going? I'm curious, how is your lead flow over there? How are you getting your leads? Are you getting it through social media, which is not common in today's commercial world? Are you getting it through LinkedIn, which is very common in the commercial world? But what if I was to show you a way where you could be the anomaly? You're on social media, building a business, a massive national referral business, leveraging social media, and having an army of 90,000 residential agents to feed your business. Would that be of value to you, Eric?
Keith uses that line all the time.
And then I just shut up. Can you imagine if that person says, no, that's no value to me?
Hey,
but
Dick, when they say that, I jump right into the money. I promise you. I said, hey, and if your wife was sitting here with you and I right now, and I asked her, is it better for you to take home 480,000, or is it better for you to take home 248,000? What is she going to say? That's what I do. Yeah. And they say, well, she'll say, we need to take home more money.
Like the guys, commercial agents are open for your phone calls Monday to Friday. Don't even try to call them on the weekends unless you know them personally. If you know them personally, then take them up for a cup of coffee, a cocktail, or a round of golf if you play golf. Okay, they'd appreciate that. They would definitely appreciate that. Okay, and then but more so important, we all have contacts in our phones. If you're an Apple, scroll all the way down to the bottom, you'll see how many contacts you have. Okay, if they have you in their side, they will pick up the phone call. reach out to your last 20 deals, your last 20 transactions. Chances are the other is going to have your phone number in that in his or her contacts. That's a warm opportunity. Okay. And do more open houses. Sell more houses to generate more opportunities. Hey, Michael.
Yeah. So, first of all, great job, you guys. Really, really great. So let's say that you've had that Zoom meeting, right? Now you're on step 2 or step 3 or whatever. They're warm. They're vaguely interested. You've explained about EXP. Their answer is, sure, I'm not ready, but stay in touch. I am vaguely interested. Let's stay in touch. Okay. So I've got 1,000 people on my list like that.
All right.
Right?
I love it.
So how do you then, like, what's the next step?
Let me
How do
give
you
you this
close
next
the
line.
deal?
Here you go. Ready? You're not closing the deal, Michael. So I'll share with you my next line right after someone says that to me. And I hear that all the time, Michael. Okay. All right, here we go. All right, Michael, I get it. It sounds like you're happy from where you're at right now. Is it cool if I followed up with you next year or next quarter? What do you think I'm gonna say? Role play with me, Michael. Is it cool that I follow up with you 3 months from now?
Yeah, sure.
To make sure things is going well?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I ask you one more question?
Sure.
Cool. If we were having this conversation a year from today, I'm gonna put in my calendar November 18th, 2026. A year from today, I'm gonna call you. And I'm gonna ask you the same question. You know, if you were having a conversation with yourself a year from today, Michael, and you were really happy about your personal life and your business life, how would that look different a year from now? I'm going to ask him. I'm going to zip up. I'm going to ask. I'm going to look for an answer. And the answer might be, well, yeah, I'm closing 24 deals this year. A year from now, I should be closing 36 deals. Cool. So your goal, staying where you're at, you're gonna increase your sales volume by 50% from 24 deals to 36 deals. Cool. Some people, and I might lead them with an answer, Michael. I might say, you know what? Sometimes they would ask me, well, that's a good question, Tom. What would your year look like? If I came over to you right now, I'm not, but if I'm going to come over to you, what could my year look like? And I would tell them, I'll tell you right now. And I used this recently to close a guy, a very successful guy, to join me, not in EXP, but in something else. Okay. But he was a real estate agent, but I closed it on another business transaction. And last year I called him and he says, well, Tom, you talk a good game, man, but how much do you make? I said, I make $1 million. I said, you want to see it? If you text me your tax return, I'll text you mine. And we did. And they go, okay, so if I came over to you, what could you help me do? I said, I can probably help you increase that by 50% if you show up and do everything you do. He goes, Tom, you're telling me you're going to make $1.5 million this year? I said, if I did, will you come over? And I texted him recently and I said, let's compare paychecks again. And he's coming over to a different business. Now I got his attention. Because I went from $1 million last year to $1.5 million this year. And I have more time, more freedom than ever. And he's still busting his chops, trying to make ends meet and trying to breathe.
The irony of what Tom just said, folks, is everyone is different. That person is clearly driven by his money and his ego, and he's comparing notes. Not everybody's going to do that. If they know they're going to lose the ego battle, they're not going to challenge that. All right. Rather, you need to find out what is driving them. What's going to bring them to the next level? That's my drive. Is how do I bring them to the next level?
Yeah.
Okay. You can't. Not everybody is built the same. So think about that. Think about what they need, and if you can make that happen, then you have a genuine partnership.
Exactly. It's what they need. It's not what we need. It's what they need. But you ask them, if I would have a conversation with you a year from now, Daisy, what would your life, your personal life and your business life look like?
What it will.
Would you what would look like, right? Have you written that down yet? And if you're not going to make a move, do you have that picture clearly? Can you clearly written down? Do you have your goals clearly written down? Do you have a dream board? You have the visual. Are you visualizing it every day, right? Because I want to check in on you a year from now. Regardless of whether you join me at EXP or not, I want you to succeed. And I believe our system can help you get there. And then check back in on it. I love doing that. Holding people accountable to their own goals. Go ahead, Dick.
You're there to build a relationship, guys, right? It's I firmly believe that the warm opportunities are sitting right in front of you. You just got to make the phone call, right? If they're in your phone book, chances are you're in their phone book, and they are open to take that phone call. Okay. If you want to challenge yourself, then make some cold calls, right? Cold outreach, right? I like who likes warm leads versus cold leads? Warm leads, raise your hand. So how do you generate that? Or how do you generate a warm lead? You need to give something, give, and get back. What does Gary Vee say? Jab, 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 punch. Okay. Jab, 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 punch. Okay. Now, if it's a cold lead, I love cold leads, by the way, right? Cold leads will sharpen your skills as an agent. Cold leads will sharpen your skills as an agent. All right. Pick a market that has no impact on you, period. Okay. I like to call Iowa, Idaho, Wyoming to work on my cold calling skills. Because if they say no to me, it does not affect my business in Massachusetts or in South Florida. How does it affect it? It does not. So work on your skill set in a market. But I think we're out of time.
We're out of time. Thank you, Dick, for always participating and dropping valuable nuggets. If you're local to Massachusetts, there's no reason why you cannot make December 2nd for this live event and December 3rd, back-to-back events for you guys to build your business. If you're from out of town, how about this? You get here for these two events, and I will put you up in one of my Airbnbs for free. Text me ASAP, and I'll reserve an Airbnb for you. You just got to get your butt here, and I will take the lodging excuse away from you, and you can spend 2 days with us to build your business and set yourself up for massive change, massive growth in 2026. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us. Have a great rest of the day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.